Hi guys, Dr. Adam here from Skinphinity. Just going to talk about my recent test results from my Omega 6 to 3 balance test. And this is something that I do through Zinzino, but it's an amazing result that I've got, and I just want to share it with you. Now, the first thing to say is, I'm just going to show you my computer screen here. The test results are done via a finger prick, so it takes about 1 or 2 minutes to do. And it's sent to an independent lab which is here. And they do all sorts of analytical services. I think the key thing, the reason I'm showing you that is it's an independent lab. These are not sort of twisted and manipulated by Zinzino. So in fact, you have a unique ID. It doesn't even know who you are. So you can, when I send each of the tests, they don't really know anything about me. My first test, my Omega 6 to 3 ratio test, which is here, was 24 to 1, which is terrible. We should be 3 to 1 or lower, and the ideal human value is 1 to 1. And many people say that's what we would have been when we ate, like a paleo diet millennia ago. So the key thing with this is I had way too much omega 6 and not enough omega 3 in my diet, which can be pro-inflammatory. And I'll talk about that in a second. Now, 4 months down the line, after taking Zinzino Balance Oil, which is effectively a really good quality omega 3 oil, these are my results: 2.9 to 1. So I'm within that 3 to 1 ratio, and I actually think this will continue to improve. I've probably not been the greatest with my junk food over Christmas, and I think I can probably eat less omega 6, but I actually imagine my omega 3 intake as it continues. I think this will improve slightly more over time as well. There's still slight room for improvement, you can see from some of these markers, but overall I'm really happy with that result. That's amazing. Just been trying to pull up a few studies for you. So the BBC did a study about omega 3 and supplements, and one of the key things about Zinzino's balance oil compared to other supplements is this the polyphenols, which protect it from oxidizing. Now, it might sound like marketing, malarkey that they're just trying to sell you, but actually omega 3 can go rancid, it can oxidize, and this BBC study did say that that they did find that one of the oils had gone rancid despite the fact it was well within date, and I think they'd find, if they did those tests more comprehensively, they'd find that a lot of oils out there do, because they're not protected properly. So the Zinzino oils have polyphenols, which act as a really good antioxidant and actually prevent it, even when it's out of the fridge, out of the protective bottle, apparently will protect it for something like 36 hours before going rancid. And that's important because you don't want to be putting something that's oxidized and rancid into your body. So when they compare the omega from Zinzino versus a lot of other ones, the improvement in your balance test, the omega 6 to 3 test, is much better. So they do say make sure you pick a supplement that's got enough DHA and EPA, and that it has a good antioxidant to protect it. Just talking about other studies here, I mean, obviously a lot of these do say that further studies are needed, and I fully recognise that, and I'm not making any medical claims here, but it is really interesting, the emerging evidence, I would say, about the role of omega 6, omega 3 ratios for things like dry eye disease. This one is about rheumatoid arthritis, and I've seen a few studies about this, and this one is about improving inflammatory markers when you increase your omega 3 test. Again, I think the summary is that more tests are needed and more evidence is needed, but preliminary trials are quite interesting. And there's interesting information there about omega 3 and different health conditions. So yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with that balance test. My result has improved, and how I feel in myself. So if you want more information, please let me know. I think now is more important than ever to be thinking about everything we can do possible to protect our health and stay as fit as we can. So as well as the omega 3, I really advocate a good quality multivitamin and beta glucans, so something that contains both is ideal, just to ensure that your immunity is not going to be lacking any of the key nutrients that it needs. Basically, our diets, yes, you could potentially get everything from your diet if you were buying the finest organic, homegrown, quality foods and eating it consistently. But how many of us do that realistically with our busy day-to-day lives and the diet that we have and where we buy it from? So that's why I advocate taking these supplements. I don't get enough oily fish, even though I used to eat salmon. You could see my balance result was terrible before. It was 24-1, so it clearly wasn't adequate for my body. Okay, I'll stop rambling on now. I hope that's helpful, and speak to me if you've got any questions.